Hello, everyone. My friends, how is everybody going today? Okay, so the title of this is gonna be Your Life is a Blank Canvas. That's exactly what it is. Before I start, though, let me talk a little bit about today. So, I'm not gonna lie, my day was a little rough today. But, Gemini season just kicked in today, and I knew that there was going to be some rough patches here and there, so I was kind of prepared somewhat. But I had to keep reminding myself throughout my day to day, you know, to not allow external interferences to like mess up with my state of being, my state of mind, my vibes. Sometimes it's challenging, for sure, but it's nothing you can't handle. You just gotta focus, right? So as I'm driving home, I just got home not that long ago. I prepared myself a nice hearty meal. Ate. I was listening to some music that just got released like 7 hours ago by this YouTube channel called The Soulful Feeling. I like their stuff. The title of the video is Whisper, Whispers of the Frozen Spirit, a Nordic ambient journey beyond. And whoever the lady, the girl that sings this stuff, her voice is it's so beautiful. It's so nice, so melodic. I really enjoy listening to you know music that uplifts the soul, the spirit. It's very important to me. I like that kind of stuff. It helps you stay in that state of mind. For real. This is no joke, guys. So, as I was saying, I'm driving home. As I am driving home, um, I am like, doing my affirmations pretty loud in the car, listening to some music, and all the way, almost all the way home. And sure enough, right before I get to my place, I see 555. And then I'm like all pumped up in my car. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, spirit. I'm like hyping myself up and pumping myself up in my car. It was pretty funny though. But yeah, so what do I mean by your life is a blank canvas? Well, it's quite simple, really. Your life, your life is yours and yours alone, right? You, you have complete and total control over everything that happens in your life, whether you know it or not. It is literally up to you to determine every outcome that is going to happen in your life. Obviously, there's always going to be the karma things that will come along the way because that's unavoidable, and we all have history, we all have things we've done. But I think we're living at a time now, for most people, unless they haven't learned their lessons at this point, which one would hope they have, because we've had plenty of opportunities to do that. Um, I believe we're living at a point now, at a time, in humanity as a whole, really, where a lot of these karmic things are being, you know, closed and completed, concluded, so we can move on to the better things, the things that matter. Obviously, none of that's going to happen if you're not learning the lessons. It's very important to pay attention to what's happening around you and to understand that, I've said this 1,000 times and I'm going to say another million times. Everything in life happens for a reason. It's quite straightforward, really. There is no, you know, science behind it. I wanted to do some recording outdoors. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but the weather hasn't really been cooperating with me for the past few days, so I'm just gotta deal with it and wait and hope that maybe over this weekend, maybe from Friday forward, we'll get a nice Memorial Day weekend. Hope everybody does something, you know. Even if you don't have plans, if you're not working on Memorial Day, do something. Get out of your place. Go out. Go experience life. Go see how beautiful everything is. So, life is really, truly a work of art. Your art. You are the artist. Every brushstroke you do determines specific outcomes in your life. Action, reaction. It's pure physics. It's really beautiful when you look at it from the right angle. So imagine this is one way to live life and start to understand how it works. Imagine your life is a blank canvas. So you give yourself this like clean slate and you can completely start all over again. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. You really, you know, and when I say you, it's everyone, but specifically whoever is on the other side right now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Give yourself a clean slate. You won't be disappointed. Put aside, put aside all the things that keep telling you in your head. But it's nice where I am. It's comfortable here. This, that, and the other thing. Always trying to justify the spiritual laziness aspect of things, however that may be. For every person, it's going to be, a different thing. But doubt is so subtle. It's almost like this invisible force that it operates in such sneaky ways sometimes, sneaky manners, right? And when we're not in this vigilance state, it's easy to miss. But that's all that is. You are in control. You are the artist. The artist. You are the painter. So make yourself your own Renaissance. Yeah. Doesn't that sound awesome? It does to me. Now that I'm starting to look back at some things in my life, and I've been doing that a lot, recently. I like to go back every once in a while and start watching my own videos to see how much I have been able to change myself. To see how much I've become, let's say, more comfortable doing what I'm doing. But not only that, I can tell the difference like big time when I look at my stuff. From the first video and then going up. And the speed at which things happen in terms of you fine tuning yourself, realigning, reconnecting. It's it's so intense. It happens so fast sometimes. Because when you truly dedicate yourself to eradicate this older version of you from within, it's like, I don't even know. It's like, wow. It's like, it's night and day, guys. It's night and day. There's always things creeping here and there, right? But the thing is, you learn how to live with it. And the other thing is, when there are certain types of trauma that when you don't deal with that stuff, whatever that stuff is, a part of you, a part of your psyche, a part of your whole, it's like dislodged from you, and it goes with that trauma until the day you heal that. And then when you heal that, it's like you reclaim that piece of you that you lost. Does that make any sense? I hope you get what I'm saying, what I'm trying to convey here. I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know what I'm talking about if you ended up here by the miracles of the algorithm and all that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you start healing, you start reclaiming your power, your strength. I also call it your spiritual sovereignty. This is your birthright. I'm gonna say that again. This is your birthright. Yeah. And you affect people around you big time when you start to transform in that way. Obviously, not everybody is going to react the same way. I've spoken about this multiple times, and it's always going to be a thing. But you learn how to navigate through it all in a very healthy way. You know how to protect yourself, how to avoid unnecessary, things. It's really very, very straightforward and extremely intuitive. I can't stress enough how important intuition really is. And I know that there are levels depending on the person, depending on how connected you are with yourself, depending on what kind of like even soul archetype you are, because believe it or not, there are different archetypes of souls. Not everyone is the same. We're all different and unique in our own way, but there are archetypes. I'm really not going to go into that right now because I don't remember all of them from the top of my mind, but you can look that up. I highly encourage you to do so. I mean, if you're here listening to me talking about my journey and you like, listening to what I say, I encourage you, look up soul archetypes. It's very interesting, to say the least. So, an easy way to put it would be, it's like soul tribes, sort of. We have our own, you know, specific gifts in that sense. Some are more inclined to do, you know, specific tasks, and others the same way, but it's all like related to your own nature as a divine being. Very, very, very cool stuff. So yeah, that's basically, yeah. So your life is a blank canvas, because you have the power to wipe it out, make it all blank again, and start it all over again. Anytime you choose to do so. Period. And it's a very healthy thing to do that, because sometimes that's all you need to make a huge leap in your life. The one you're ready to do. It's a necessity. Sometimes we finish certain cycles and we have this fear of letting go for whatever reason, right? But you will know deep down inside, once again, intuition, when your cycle is ending or it has ended, and you don't have to be a part of whatever it is that you want to move on from anymore. It's really that easy, guys. But I am so pumped. I'm so hyped right now because some of you know, because I've spoken about this before. I'm a Gemini, and this is Gemini season now. And I was looking up some of that stuff, last night, and this is supposed to be one of the most powerful Gemini seasons that we've ever had in a long time, because of very specific, you know, um, planetary alignments that are happening, conjunctions and things like that. And I've said this before as well. If you don't believe in astrology, well, then go do some research before you start hating on it, because it's very serious, very deep, and whatever is happening in the skies plays a huge role in our lives, in terms of opportunities and doors that open and doors that close and all of that. It's very, very, very powerful stuff. Um, there's a reason why ancient civilizations always, were doing things based on constellations and whatever was happening in the skies, and they were always looking at the skies, because the skies are part of a canvas of our lives if we follow them properly. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. Um, yeah, that's the way it really works. There's energies, there's things that the human eye cannot see that are like doing their own thing right now based on what's happening in the sky. And that is why, as above, so below. That's exactly how it works. And I think this is going to be it for this one at the moment. Maybe I'll maybe I'll think a little bit for the next few hours before I call it my day today, and I might record something else and post it later on. But I need to get my rest, and I'm not being very nice to myself about that kind of thing. Even though I am resting, I know that I'm not resting enough because there's so much stuff going on, and I keep being reminded, you need to rest, you need to rest. And I know. I promise. Anyway, um, that's that's all I had to share today, people, ladies and gents. I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful rest of your day. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Catch you on the next one.